Hey guys, what is up? James Penrose here for video 77 on my channel. Yes, my videos have been very inconsistent as of late. You know, very consistent in terms of when I'm going to do my videos. But in honesty, that's what you need to do if you want to get yourself out there. But for me, it's very hard. But nonetheless, I'm going to be making two videos for you guys today. One of which, as you can tell from the title down below, is going to be my thoughts on the Chris Jericho-Bray Wyatt feud, which we all know they're going to be having a match at Battleground one-on-one. And I'm going to be making a second video later on, which I'm not going to tell you what it's going to be about, so stay tuned, because you never know what I'm going to come out with. So, here we go. Chris Jericho, Bray Wyatt feud that they've had. So what I saw from this past Monday night, where Chris Jericho, he had a match with The Miz, big deal, Miz got squashed, they're trying to revamp his gimmick to this Hollywood gimmick, I'm really not buying it. Chris Jericho won that match, lights go out, and the Bray Wyatt is up the ramp. And what I found interesting about this promo is that while Bray Wyatt's speaking, and first of all I want to say to that, Bray Wyatt is an absolute god on the mic. He's one of the best in the business when it comes to cutting promos. Every time he speaks, he will have you emotionally invested into what he has to say and what he wants to, what his intentions are. Yeah, you want to hear from him when he's on the mic. And the other two guys as well, Luke Harper, well, he rarely speaks, but he gets a few words in, and Eric Rowan's just like, run. That's all he says. But Bray Wyatt as a whole is phenomenal on the mic, and the in-ring work that he does is tremendous as well. He's had great matches with John Cena, with Daniel Bryan, with Kane in that Ring of Fire match, or an Inferno match. But really, when it all comes down to it, that promo was interesting for one thing, that the fact when Bray Wyatt's cutting his promo and it's all dark and everything, the fans like to use their mobile phones and put their flashlights on and wave them around the whole of the arena. Like half of the fans were doing that. But what was also interesting, while half of the fans were doing that, at the same time they were also chanting Y2J, Y2J, and Chris Jericho's name and that. So it's interesting how both fans are on the side of Wyatt family, but at the same time also on the side of Jericho. So there's no heels in this feud, in my opinion. Even though Bray Wyatt is portrayed as this dominant heel, he's a tweener at least. That's how I see it. He's the fan favourite instead of a heel, in my opinion. Jericho, he is a full-on babyface, obviously. I think he's better as a heel, personally, in my opinion, but as a face, I still think he does good work. In my opinion, who do I think needs to go over at Battleground? Well, for one, we're going to see a fantastic match, I'm not going to lie. It's going to be interesting to see how they work together in the ring, because I don't think I've ever seen them in a match before. Because when Bray Wyatt was Husky Harris, I don't know if they had a match at NXT, I don't know. But this is going to be my first time seeing them two having a match together. Who do I think needs to win? It's a tough one to choose, because it's good either way. I personally don't mind who wins. But I feel if anyone has any right to go over 100%, it should be Bray Wyatt. I've said it so many times in my past videos. He is the future of this business. He can make a great match out of anyone that he's facing. And just flat out, he needs to be champion soon. He really does need to be champion soon. I mean, he's been out of WWE for a year. He's been fantastic. He's never fucked up at any point, or that I've seen at least. Yeah, he's one of my favourite wrestlers right now. So Bray Wyatt, I think, needs to go over. He needs to go and get that win. And there's no one better than Chris Jericho to make him look good. I mean, these two, this pair-up is phenomenal. I mean, I couldn't think of any other match with Bray Wyatt to go with. So that's why I think Bray Wyatt should win. But then again, if Chris Jericho wins, it's not that bad. Just for the very simple reason that if Bray Wyatt loses, he can still go for that win. He can still go for a rematch at like a SummerSlam or something and have like an added stipulation to it. Add a bit of spice to the match. I mean, last year when they did Bray Wyatt versus Kane, like I said, a Ring of Fire match, you know, which I didn't expect to see because it's a PG show, right? But really, when it all comes down to it, I don't mind who wins. We're going to see a great match, not taking anything away from that. It will deliver, definitely. And actually, I'm going to say this is probably going to be match of the night next to the Fatal 4-Way match for the title. Other matches for Battleground, we have a Battleground Battle Royal for the IC title, because Bad News Barrett's been stripped of the IC title due to his shoulder injury sustained by Jack Swagger. Divas title match has been confirmed, Paige versus AJ Lee, that's good. There's definitely some sparks in the women's division right now, which I think is awesome. It looks like they're going to be doing Rusev versus Jack Swagger. Okay, I guess. I'm not a big fan of Rusev either. Jack Swagger is now a face. The fans are buying it. The fans are buying Jack Swagger as a face, chanting "We the People," all that. They're buying into his promos. That's good. You know, that's what I want to see. But really, when it all comes down to Chris Jericho and Bray Wyatt, whoever wins, if Bray Wyatt wins, there's no point pushing the feud onto SummerSlam, because then Bray Wyatt will have nothing to go for. Oh, I beat the same guy twice. No, because then that's making Chris Jericho look like more of a bitch. So, which you can't do. I mean, he was the first ever undisputed champion, for crying out loud. He beat The Rock and Stone Cold Steve Austin at the same night at Vengeance 2001, and really going to make him lose twice in a row at 2 pay-per-views, especially at SummerSlam? Come on. You shouldn't do that. So, if Chris Jericho wins the first match and then Bray Wyatt wins the rematch, then that's fine. That would be cool. Or if Bray Wyatt wins both matches, would be iffy about that. But nonetheless, it should be a great feud nonetheless. So that's my thoughts on this feud. This video, I felt like it dragged on a little bit. But nonetheless, that's been my first video tonight. Make sure you guys like, comment, and please, please, please subscribe to my channel. Please subscribe. That'll be very well appreciated. Subscribe to Alex Wilkerson and Connor Kenway for all of their videos. And yeah, stay tuned for my second video, which you don't know what it's going to be about on yet. I'm going to be uploading this video right now, so stay tuned for my next video, guys.